Hey, what's up guys, Perplexify here, and in this video, we count down YouTubers who caught their elf on the shelf moving. But you guys gotta see the clip where fans are saying Aphmau catches her elf on the shelf moving, and it's just nuts. But anyways, in this clip we have a dad who actually catches his elf on the shelf moving on camera. I guess he suspected something was weird when he heard rustling around at night, so he decided to set up a camera near the Christmas tree, and something crazy happens. You can actually see an elf on the shelf moving behind him, and comment what you'd do if you saw this. Next up, we have a girl who is seeing her elf on the shelf appearing in different locations in her bed, and she might have thought her parents were trying to move it around to prank her, so she decided to set up a hidden camera, and you won't believe what she catches. As she's sleeping, she sees an elf moving around right next to her, and this is just nuts. Here we have a kid who suspected his elf on the shelf was moving around his house, and when he told his parents, they didn't believe him, so he decided to get proof by setting up a camera, and you won't believe what he finds. Comments were saying that he was reacting to this clip, not expecting to find anything until you see a slight glimpse of an elf on the shelf flying near the camera and eventually knocking it down.
Oh my god!
In this clip, we have another YouTuber who caught his elf on the shelf moving. So one day he apparently saw an elf on the shelf moving, and when he was telling people, I guess they didn't believe him. So he decided to set up multiple cameras in his house, and what he finds is just nuts. He catches his elf on the shelf jumping around, moving around the house, and even flying at some points. But what he catches at the very end is super creepy. You guys gotta see what happens.
After I captured the elf on the shelf moving last Christmas, I've decided to install some proper security cameras around my house. This is what I caught earlier.
So here he shows his elf on the shelf falling off his desk, and this is just crazy.
Suddenly yawns, and then without any warning jumps off the cameras all over the house. This shot shows what happens at night in my office. It looks like the elf's quite cheeky too. In this next clip you'll see me turning out the lights on the chair. Into my bedroom, but then seconds later the elf seems to be following me. Look closely at the floor.
So he shows up again, but I think the last part of this clip is the creepiest to watch.
I think eventually the elf worked out that he was being recorded. One of the security cameras looked straight into the lens, and then seconds later, it went dead.
Next up, we have a TikTok where someone apparently catches something very strange with their elf on the shelf. I guess they suspected their elf on the shelf was moving around and decided to set up a camera, and they end up catching the elf moving its head. The creepiest part is the head points exactly where the camera is, and drop a like if you'd be scared if you saw this. In this clip, we actually have some parents that decided to have some fun with their elf on the shelf, and you won't believe what they catch on camera. I guess the parents wanted to show the kids that their elf on the shelf had magical powers, and in the video you can see sparkles coming out of the elf as well as the elf flying around. This was edited, but imagine if your parents showed you this and this is what they said they found.
Oh yeah, best zipline ever. Okay. And a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, go!
Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
In this clip, we have a guy who says his elf on the shelf was moving by itself. Of course, this video wasn't really well shot, and a lot of comments were pretty much saying that they could tell the guy was moving the elf himself behind the scenes. Next up, we have a clip that fans sent in and said Aphmau actually caught her elf on the shelf moving. The comments were saying she was waking up and seeing stuff slightly moved around and decided to find out what was going on by setting up a camera. When she wakes up and reviews the footage, she finds something insane. You guys gotta see what the elf on the shelf does. Some say Aphmau caught a very friendly elf on the shelf because, as you can see, the stockings are being neatly placed on the table, and luckily she didn't have an evil elf on the shelf. As you just saw, the elf placed the stockings and returned to its original spot, making it seem like it didn't even move. In this clip, we have a mom who actually set a trap for her elf on the shelf. I guess they suspected something was up when every morning they'd wake up and find their elf on the shelf in a different position on top of their Christmas tree. The mom decided to set up some cameras, and what's even crazier is that she set up a small doorway pointing towards the North Pole, basically trying to bait the elf on the shelf to try to use it and return to Santa. And this is where she catches something crazy. You guys gotta see this.